Welcome to the 26th Nigerian Economic Summit.
Based on what you've experienced, what are those challenges, factors, legal, any kind of factor you can think of that are more or less constraining subnationals to really achieve their true potential, to properly contribute to our national development?
I think we need to have a very honest, robust, and collective conversation about how to redesign our country to work better, because it is not working very well.
For some time now, we have been suffering from bottlenecks, bureaucratic bottlenecks that pervades our public system, our private system, and everything that we do. So unless we unclog that well, nobody can be here and tell you that tomorrow this problem is solved.
I want to assure Nigerians that the APC True Federalism Report is the position of the party. No one disagrees with it. The president fully supports it. The vice president, who is a lawyer, endorsed everything there. And what we have said is we don't need an executive bill from the president or from the Federal Executive Council to start action on these bills. Any member of the National Assembly can take any of the bills in our report and sponsor it as a private member bill. And I can assure you in the next month or so, you will see some of that starting, because some of them have come to me and said we are going to start working on some of this.
Governors, their rule-based position on the distribution and production, and highlight the importance of production. I fully concord with him, because only with production you can generate jobs and also create wealth for distribution. But according to my new structural economics, there's one way to achieve competitiveness in production and to achieve equity, that is distribution, simultaneously.
Our political parties are not working the way they ought to work. And furthermore, we have ceilings on election finances. Who obeys it is observed more in the breach. So therefore, when will you ever give that young man in the streets the opportunity, even though he has all that it takes, to ever come and contest? Because there are bottlenecks in the law. And therefore, even in the political party, for him to emerge, it is a difficult and uphill task.
I don't see any problem. What I think interest groups like NESG and civil society should do is to put pressure for action, for movement on this. But all the building blocks are there. We just need to cross the T's and dot the I's. And it can be done.
From the answers, we have to learn a lot of lessons. Because if we don't implement what the APC has articulated, or the National Conference, with the greatest respect in this country, is one step forward and 10 steps backwards. We remain in perpetual darkness without knowing where to go from there. And it will eclipse all of us at a particular stage in our lives.
The NSAS problem has brought to the fore two things. First, state governors are not really in control of the police in their states. Some of us are more influential than others in getting the police to do what we ask them to do. Not every governor has that.
We have also seen the incapacitated powers of our executive governors. Incredible, to say the least. Governor without powers. Yet you are the governor of a state. You're the chief security officer. The states are foisted by the Constitution to operate the local governments that they have today. Some of the states may not want that number of local governments. When we devolve power, the states will determine the number of local governments that they want, that they can effectively govern with to reach and permeate the grassroots to have the dividend of democracy.
Now we have 36 states. Whether a president likes it or not, he must have 36 ministers. It's absurd, okay? But it is still the same logic of distribution that created federal character, created the cut-off scores for JAMB and so on. I am from the northern states. For the past 30 years, we've been called educationally disadvantaged. Okay? We are giving lower cut-off scores to catch up. Have we caught up? It has only made people lazy. So, I'm sorry, madam. I'm sorry. I don't think we should hide behind fairness and say that everyone must be equal. The best we can do is to give people equal opportunity. Today, we live in a country in which, for federal government colleges, entrance exam, or JAMB, one state has a cutoff of X, and another state has a cutoff of 10 times X. And you say you are building a nation. You are not. You are creating bitterness from the grassroots.